How's everybody doing today? So it's been a pretty good day today. Not too shabs. We'll tell you guys all about it here in a minute. Hold on, I got to print off some documentation. 1 second here. Back at it, guys. Sorry about that. I had to print off some pictures. Some pictures of Officer Chad Caldwell, the cuck of Wayne, right? The biggest cuck Wayne's ever known. But yeah, we got to go take this up to the Michigan State Police Post to get these garbage iChat inquiries off my criminal background record. See that? That's signed by the judge right there. So not quite what we were looking for, but you know, it does solve some of the issue, right? So basically, what the court concluded was that due to the fact that these are basically not even really laws, right? They're ordinance violations, 90-day misdemeanors. They can't even be reported on my background. So that's interesting, right? So that's good. That's prejudice, right? That's damages right there. So that was acknowledged by the lower court. So that is, well, that's their conclusion. Right, so we got the iChat, we got that completely erased, right? So that's done and over with, and the city agreed to alter the disposition, right? Because it was, of course, inaccurate, falsely. It had on there that I pled no contest to a 2-year misdemeanor, which obviously isn't the case because I would have been in the circuit court, not the local district court. So. The court's conclusion was that this was all completely, illegal. It should have never been, it should have never been reported. So, trick no good, Mr. Finley Carter. No trick, no good, buddy. Nice try. Well, keep on doing what you're doing, guys. Keep on not doing the right thing, and see where it gets you. It's gonna get you in the poorhouse. Is where it's gonna get you. But that's okay. Keep doing what you're doing, guys. Like I said, City of Wayne, continue to do exactly what you're doing. Well, let me put it this way. I hope that you guys will get your shit together and learn what the Constitution is. But my spider senses tell me that that's very, 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 very unlikely to happen. Sadly, you know, Judge Plakas has to, you know, tell you to do your job, right? So, well, he did that today. Justice was served in the interest of justice, and now I no longer have a, you know, faulty criminal background follow me around, preventing me from getting a CPL, preventing me from defending my family, and of course the false petition. That's another thing we have to address. So I'm going to, of course, apply for my CPL, and then, you know, we'll see what happens if my CPL application is denied due to that erroneous petition. Well, then good. We'll add that to our lawsuit. And that'll be additional damages that we can prove. So hopefully, well, I'm not going to say hopefully it doesn't happen and I just get what I'm entitled to have according to the law, which is my CPL. But assuming that that's not the case, and assuming that, you know, the false petition, because I had to worry about both the false petition and the iChat, the pejorative, inaccurate information, right? Well, now we took care of that portion of it. So now the only thing left to do is just wait for the CPL appointment and pay the money and see what happens. And if we're denied, well, then we'll follow up in U.S. District Court, or might be Circuit Court, one of the two. We'll see, but that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do, guys. So, you know, the show goes on in the interest of justice, and we might even be able to get our transcript. And if we get the transcripts, then as soon as we get the transcripts, then we will be filing all of our, you know, motions to the Attorney Grievance Commission, to the Joint Tenure Commission, just for Judge Brita O'Leary. And then, of course, we're going to be filing our federal complaint for the, 4 warrantless break-ins, malicious prosecution, you know, all the prejudice, all the collateral harm that I suffered as a result of this malicious prosecution. You know, we're going to be, of course, holding people accountable for their actions, right? and we're going to be looking into some other things because I did read into some of the ordinances, and I noticed that the city of Wayne failed to follow additional ordinances, right? Because there was false reports made about me, and those false reports were never I was not, to my knowledge, Dennis Danielson, the man who made all these false allegations and these false reports, he's never been charged with the ordinance violation that he so clearly violated. But that's okay though. Like I said, they think they're smart, but I got something for you. Guys. So it's called Get Prepared to Go to Court Regularly and Explain Yourself, and this is going to cost the city of Wayne a tremendous amount of money. And but like I said, you guys can fix it. You guys can offer a fair and honorable and dignifiable settlement, and then we'll talk. I'm always you guys know my number. You guys know my email. So there's certain things I'm not willing to settle on. I'll just be honest with you. There's certain things that money can't buy, right? But that doesn't mean that it's all inclusive, right? There's a lot of issues that I would be willing to, let's say, look the other way on for the right price. So, City of Wayne, balls in your court. If you guys want to continue the clown show, let me know. Well, don't let me know, and we'll continue. But if you want to actually come to the table like adults and actually come to a proper resolution, I'm all ears, right? But I'm not going to hold my breath on that. We're going to press forward as always, and we're going to continue to stress test our constitutional rights every single day. As long as I'm alive in the city of Wayne, I'm going to be stress testing our constitutional rights for the people of this great city and for the people of the state of Michigan and the United States at large. We are stress testing our rights every single day without apology and without consideration for, punitive consequences, right? We're going to be doing it, again, relentlessly and in a way that is hopefully tasteful, right? But our biggest thing is just to stress test our rights. Our biggest thing is to make sure that the world knows about the city of Wayne in its current form, right? All the department heads. And I want the world to know what they've done to me. So I have this fucking zit that I'm going to pop. Oh, I already popped it, but it's bothering me. But oh well, fuck it. All the stress, right? It's no wonder I'm not covered in zits. But yeah, we're gonna go down to the Wayne City Hall here real quick. Hang out down there. Why? Because it's my right. And yeah. We might be doing some other things, but I don't know. I just know I have a right to go down there, and I have a right to inform the people of our great city about these improvised handcuffs used as brass knuckles. Here, let me get the better photo. Right, that's the better one. That's more clear, right? So we want to make sure that the city of Wayne. Well, we want them to know about a lot of things, but we'll start with this, right? Because I feel like a picture's worth 1,000 words, is it not? That's what they say, at least, right? I mean, I could attach this to this email. Let's attach that, too. That's a good one. Let's make a copy. So, let's make a copy. Ooh, Outlook. Vincent McFarland. Cool. Cool. Let's make a copy of both of these. So, people of the city of Wayne have a right to be updated, right, on a consequential case, right, a civil litigation case, or cases, rather. And, people have a right to know where their, what their tax money is being spent on, right? So that's just the fact of the matter, right? Is people have a right to know, and they shouldn't be stonewalled from information because the information is inconvenient for the status quo or the powers that be. We're all about transparency on this channel. We're all about transparency, accountability. That's why we're called Accountability 007, right? You get it, the little James Bond, that's a little play on the James Bond, series, right? But it's what it is, Accountability 007. Here in the flash, here to do what's right for the people of Wayne, Michigan, which is to hold bad actors, especially that work for the city of Wayne, accountable for their actions. And, I think a combination of, the law, right? The court of law, but I also think the court of public opinion matters just as much. And so, as a strategy for my political campaign, I want to directly talk to the people, which the way I do that is through the bulletin board material. So, might as well print off another too, because they're gonna get destroyed. So, unfortunately, I've been down this road before about a month, longer than a month. This has been ongoing. So, put this back here so we don't lose it. But that's the whole point of our rights, right? If we don't use them, we lose them. And so I don't want to lose my rights, right? I fought for my rights, and I paid a severe price to defend the rights of this great country. It's called the United States Constitution. And I gave up literally years of my life for this country. And I have a right to say what I want to say and address my constituents, my supporters and potential supporters, and the residents and the taxpayers and the good people of Wayne, Michigan. I have a right to relay information to them, and that I will do, and I will do it unapologetically. And if you want to violate my rights, City of Wayne, keep doing it. Just know though, every time you violate my rights, it'll be its own separate lawsuit. And we have 3 drafted right now. We might turn it in tomorrow. We might turn it in Monday. I don't know. We'll see. We will see, guys. We will see. But don't say I didn't tell you so. Don't say I didn't warn you. I literally begged you to leave me alone. I begged you guys over and over and over. Leave me alone, guys. Quit fucking with me. Quit maliciously prosecuting me. Quit molesting me. And City of Wayne just, they have such a hard on for me. I don't understand. I know I'm white and I'm a decent looking guy, but I got zits and gray hair and wrinkles. And how are we doing, everybody? We are doing exceptionally well. We had another good day in court. We got many issues on the record, and we're very, very excited for that. We're very excited for that. And would not have it any other way, guys. I'll be honest with you. It's been a long road, and it's been a long time coming, but everything happens for a reason, guys. And I truly believe God put me on this earth to fight the good fight. To hold those accountable that trespass on our constitutional rights. And I will always and forever faithfully oppose that, right? I'll always oppose that. But, yeah. It's unfortunate, though, guys. Could have been friends, but I'm glad we're not. I'm glad I got to see your guys' true colors. Can you bring us up to date? I'm late. Can you bring us up to date? So yeah, basically I had a hearing today. I had a motion hearing today. The City of Wayne's motion to quash was denied in the interest of justice. And justice was served today. That's basically in a nutshell what happened. Here's the judge's new order. The elimination of all of the background, the erroneous, pejorative background information that was submitted by the Wayne Police Department, falsely submitted. All of these charges are being, I guess eradicated, for lack of a better word, from my criminal record. So, kind of interesting. In the interest of justice, isn't that something, guys? It certainly is something, but that's what happens, It's called, fuck around and find out. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yep, it sure is. Not the most massive win. There's no sanctions being imposed. There's no Giglio, Brady, which, of course, there obviously should be. But, the judge did something. He made sure that this background check can no longer prejudice me and actively continue to harm me. So that was rather nice of him. But again, I don't think I'll take a win when I can get one, of course. And today was definitely one of those days. It wasn't a complete slam dunk, but it definitely was a comfortable. When Michael Bosnick, the city attorney, was beat red the whole fucking hearing, right? Michael Bosnick, I think he's got high blood pressure because he was clearly almost forgot my push pins, of course. I don't want to forget those. So, it was not a bad being maliciously prosecuted, and the truth finally starts to come out. And the person who maliciously prosecuted you has nothing to say whatsoever. He's got nothing to say about it. The judge laughed at that idea based on his own record, and the City of Wayne continues to tell on themselves. And we're going to continue to press onward. We're going to continue to shove the dildo of accountability so far up their fucking asses that they choke on it, right? Or, the City of Wayne can just pull their head so far. The City of Wayne has to pull their head out of their ass, right? Because right now they're wearing their head as a hat, right? They got their head so far up their ass that they're wearing themselves as a hat. But maybe today will finally be the reality check that the City of Wayne so desperately needed. And maybe today we can move forward amicably. Maybe next city council meeting we can have some sort of a discussion, right? And we can come to some sort of an agreement of some sort, right? We don't gotta agree on everything or even most things, but certain things, right? Having a discovery order in the register of actions, that's important, right? Things like this we should just be able to universally agree on. It's pretty good shit though. It's pretty good shit. I'm not displeased. Obviously, you could always do better. You could always get more. But for all intents and purposes, that was as big of a win as that was the biggest win so far. You're spinning on vacation. I don't know what that means. Is that the same wording, or did you misspell that? You're spinning on vacation. Yeah, I'm woefully unprepared. I'm woefully underqualified. Woefully unqualified to even be doing any of this shit. But God puts these things in your path, and it's up to you to it's up to you to do what, life gives you lemons, right? You got to make lemonade, right? So that's what I'm doing. And I'm learning as I go, and I'm making tons of mistakes, but that's okay, guys, because I know that as long as I stick to the truth and I stick to the facts and I keep on regurgitating those truths and those facts, that something's going to give, right? So I see chinks in the armor beginning to form against the city of Wayne, Michigan, and I have no intention whatsoever. Hooked on phonics. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty fucking much. But yeah, I have no intention of slowing down whatsoever. The best defense is a good offense. I firmly believe that. Learn court procedures. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Very, very true, guys. Well, I'll do what I can, guys. I'm still obviously searching for a civil rights attorney. Hopefully I find one. If not, I'll give it my best effort, Like I said, I'm not... even if I lose, I'm going out swinging, and there's going to be a lot of commotion and damage and collateral implications, right? There's going to be a lot of implications either way. So, either way, win or lose, I'm going out like a man, and there will be no half measures being taken. And of course, the city of Wayne tried to criminalize that statement last time, or tried to frame it as some sort of mental illness or something like that, and that blew up in their face. So again, no half measures. We're gonna fight this to the bitter end. We're going balls fucking deep, right? Hell, we're even gonna put the balls in there too, right? So we're gonna go hang out at City Hall here for the next, I don't know, what is it? It closes at 4 o'clock, isn't it? 4:30? No, I think it's 4 o'clock. We're right in time, right? Right on time. So we can, don't forget to place a slap motion. Timing is critical. A slap motion. Tell me more. What's a slap motion, buddy? Haven't heard that term. I'm a little slow. Please get me up to speed on that. Please get me up to speed on that. Don't forget to place a slap motion. 4 o'clock. Yeah. Okay, yeah. We gotta get in there. Gotta hurry. We gotta put up our bulletin board material so we can walk the city of Wayne into another lawsuit. This would be a First Amendment lawsuit, right? Censoring, as I'll show you guys again. So today is April 30th, Thursday, April 30th. It's about 3:54 p.m. We're live in front of the City of Wayne City Hall. And I'm DeVince McFarland, as always. And, we've been having issues where my bulletin board material, my political speech has been censored and destroyed by the city clerk's office, as well as the city clerk and her workers. So we're going to hang out for a minute before they close up shop for today. Make a little constitutional audit here. But as you guys seen first, as you guys know, there's 3 bulletin boards in the city hall. This one right here is under lock and key. That one is not publicly accessible. And this one up here, again, is not publicly accessible because, as you can see clearly, that's under a lock and key, right? So that's implied that those are not public access. But this bulletin board right here, no, thank you. But this bulletin board right here is publicly accessible and is not under lock and key. And that means that it's free for anyone to post on. I know they have this up here. They changed that about a month ago because they refused to acknowledge my request for permission. But you don't need permission to exercise your First Amendment rights. I know the city of Wayne would love so desperately for that to be the case, but the city of Wayne City Charter does not supersede the United States Constitution.
Yeah.
So thank God for that. Thank God for that. But this is the new order regarding destruction of arrest record. Look at that. Look at that. Destruction of the arrest record. Look at that, guys.
Hi.
You guys see that? Let me get that in there real quick.
Do you accept cash? Yes.
There we go. As you guys can see that. Take a look at this, guys. Order regarding destruction of biometric data in arrest record. Signed today, April 20th, by the Honorable Judge Plakus. So, got to keep the people informed. How would the people of Wayne know how their tax money is being utilized otherwise, right? And then, I don't know, what do you guys think? Should we put the emails up? Yeah, let's put the emails up. We haven't put those up today. So this is why the city of Wayne's, well, this is another lawsuit, right, where the, what is it, Lieutenant Colwell is soliciting a mental health petition to the social worker Laura Starr. Soliciting that, actively asking for one. So that's interesting, of course. Very interesting stuff, guys. But that's where your tax dollars are being utilized, city of Wayne. And then people in Wayne are like, man, why do we have a $2 million deficit? What are we doing with all our money? Well, this is one of the things that is contributing to that large deficit. Yeah, I think we're gonna put the pictures up. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. And as you can see in these photographs, guys, the Lieutenant Caldwell, back then he was a sergeant, but he uses the handcuffs as improvised brass knuckles. So we find that very, very interesting. I think people need to know about that as well. So now that I'm officially on the ballot for councilman, this is now protected. Well, it was always protected political speech, but now it's really protected political speech.
Yeah, I'm very like down here. Yeah. I have a sister out there somewhere that I never met. So maybe it's her.
We have plenty of exhibits, but you can never have enough.
You too.
You can never have enough documentation, people. So we had another massive, successful day in court today. Not only have we gotten the probation vacated, all the court costs and fines vacated, but now we've gotten the entire criminal record vacated. Look at that, guys. Isn't that right? So now I'm officially not a criminal in Wayne anymore. Isn't that amazing, guys? Isn't that amazing? I'm no longer a criminal. I use air quotes with that term, of course, because it is a joke, but it is a sick joke nonetheless. But this is Councilman DeVincent Alan McFarland, soon to be your next councilman, and I do appreciate all your support very much, because we are going to take down the city of Wayne bit by bit, piece by piece, FOIA by FOIA. And every time you deny my FOIAs, city of Wayne, it will be its own separate circuit court lawsuit. So I think we're at 8 of them now, 8 denied FOIAs. So that's 8 lawsuits.
Just go in.
So that's interesting stuff, guys. New breaking development in the city of Wayne, of course, and this is a very consequential public case with a lot of public interest. So I'm just glad that I could bring you guys some information, right? Obviously, I wish I could provide you more, but yeah, there's the order right there for the arrest record. That's been, I got to go take this down to the Michigan State Police Post here after this. And then, of course, that's the improvised brass knuckles, right? The handcuff strike to the head, right? You can see the malice all in his face, right? Very determined there. And then, of course, with that one, you had to make sure he twisted you see how he twisted the fingers and stuff, right? A lot of coordination went into that attack. A lot of effort went into that one, but it is all good, guys. It's not all good, actually. I take that back. But with enough time and enough prayers and enough faith in our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, we just may get the justice that we're looking for. So we're going to keep fighting the good fight, guys, every day for you, for the people that can't fight and the people that can't speak, because if they do, they'll be maliciously prosecuted and they'll be thrown in a cage and lose their job, lose their home, lose everything they own, obviously. Well, unfortunately for the city of Wayne, they chose the wrong victim, right? Their choice in victim was wrong. And due to that fact, they messed with a disabled veteran who has passive income and savings. And, not official. It's untaxable, so it's not income technically. So I'm in this kind of quasi gray area. And yeah, City of Wayne didn't plan for that one, did they? But it's all good though, guys. It's all good. I'm just glad that we could share this message with you guys today live at City Hall, of course. We do appreciate all of you guys very much for tuning in to the live stream here. As always, we can't thank you guys enough for your, because you guys are pursuing the truth as well here, right? This is just as much your case as it is my case. And, it's not ideal that I have to bring my public life or my private life into public scrutiny, but for you guys, I feel it's necessary. For the City of Wayne at large, long term, yes, it's very necessary. It's very needed. It's needed so much that I can't think of a greater thing that I could do with my life. Finley Carter talks about do the right thing. Well, this is what I know to be the right thing. This is what God has told me is the right thing. Repeatedly, pursue the truth relentlessly, unapologetically, without apology and without any regard for the consequences. Because the truth will set us free. The truth will always set us free. And that is the most important thing. Our faith in our Lord Jesus Christ and the truth. We FOIA'd this information, as you can see. Ron Strong signed off on the solicitation of petitioning the probate court for involuntary hospitalization, right? So now that has them implicated in that lawsuit. It really has the entire, if you guys read that, it has the entire police station implicated. And of course, that's the gentleman who solicited the petition, the same man who assaulted and battered me on July 10th and used handcuffs as brass knuckles, as an improvised weapon. And a picture is worth 1,000 words. And then here's the order from today, guys. So the arrest record must be destroyed, right? So here's the order for that. Who is the lady behind you? She left. Oh, I don't know. They don't really work here in general. They don't really work here in general, so who knows? Who knows who it is? Who really cares at this point, right? But as you can see, it is now 4:04 p.m. And we've gotten, we've added this, we've added the judge's order, we've added that, we've added the 2 emails. This one was sent 3/16, and this one was sent 3/14. So, as you can see, they're trying to solicit an involuntary hospitalization. And then, of course, it took them 3 weeks to actually, get it delivered on. So it's kind of weird, they're arguing that I'm such an imminent danger, but they can wait 3 weeks, right? It's awfully peculiar. But if it quacks like a duck and looks like a duck and smells like a duck and sounds like a duck, well, then it just might be one, hey? And if it looks like malicious prosecution and it smells like malicious prosecution and it sounds like malicious prosecution, then it's probably malicious prosecution, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say? So the government, the Constitution is designed to protect you from the government, not the other way around. And so poetic justice is continuously being served in Wayne, Michigan. And it's all thanks to you guys. She left. She was standing to your right. Oh, that was some lady. She's just here doing her business, doing her thing. I didn't photograph her, videotape her, because obviously she's just someone who's passing by. She's got nothing to do with any of this. And I always try to keep, residents, taxpayers out of videos unless they want to be in them, even though I don't have to, anything from public view is recordable and accessible. But, I try to be good to people when they're good to me. But as far as a public official goes, not a chance. A department head, not a chance. Now, a lower rank and file employee, maybe if they're willing to do the right thing. But if they're willing to cover for the department heads, nah, they don't get no privacy. Don't get no privacy. No expectation of privacy in public anyways. You guys know that, or you should. So yeah, as I said again, guys, let me reiterate, because I guess they don't close until 4:30. I'm not sure when they close, but I guess until they kick us out, whenever the time is. But yeah, as you can see, this is under lock and key, so this is not publicly accessible, obviously, because you'd have to break the glass, and there's a key here. So, you know, simple solution for the city of Wayne, right, would be to put that bulletin board under a lock and key. I mean, that would be one way. I don't think that would be the right way or appropriate way, but that would definitely be something that they could do that would be more logical than what they're doing right now, which is destroying private property. And they're destroying private property, and then they are also violating my First Amendment, because, you know, even if I wasn't running for city council, I have every right to post on that bulletin board, and I have every right to convey messages, political messages, because these are political messages. Well, they're not just political messages. I mean, they're informative. They're involving public interest, right? You know, with a aspiring councilman, right? So, you know, that's kind of important detail there. And, you know, as you guys know, yesterday I was illegally trespassed from the Hype Center, which is the same location, the only location, in fact, where you can vote. That's the only polling location in the city of Wayne. So now I've been trespassed from voting in the city of Wayne, which turns this just into the most ginormous lawsuit one could ever imagine. And it's all thanks to you guys. You guys are my inspiration. You guys have motivated me throughout this entire process. You guys have told me continuously to never give up, as well as, you know, I learned that in the Army, of course, right? You never give up, you never surrender, you never quit, you never leave a fallen comrade, right? And that's the Army ethos, and that's the soldier's creed. I don't remember all of it. It's been a minute, but, you know, my dedication to the truth was really cultivated at Georgia Military College. So at Georgia Military College, my obsession with the truth, if you will, my obsession with the truth was cultivated at Georgia Military College, because at Georgia Military College, they teach you, I will not lie, cheat, nor steal, nor tolerate those who do. Hey, I have to serve you with a lawsuit pretty soon over that trespass. No, I don't actually want to talk.
You can serve me with a lawsuit, it's fine.
No, I don't have it right now, but I have to, unfortunately, because you went along with that trespass order garbage, which you can't trespass somebody from a polling location. You can't violate.
It's private property, actually.
No, it's not though.
Yeah,
Because if you use it, if the city's using it as a polling location, and Rob Darwich, who's the general manager,
Yep.
who's a sitting councilman, just banned, I'm on the ballot for council.
I heard you.
So
Yep, yep.
for him to
But we
ban
did
me
talk
from the.
about- We did talk about with you how to.
No,
how to still exercise your right.
you're misinterpreting the law, but that's okay. You'll learn in court.
No, that's not the case.
You'll learn in court. You'll learn in court.
No, that's not the case.
It's a federal lawsuit. It's a First Amendment violation.
I'm-
And you're complicit in it because you're the one who went along with the trespass. But that's all I want to say to you.
Okay.
Other than that, I plead the fifth. I don't know what you guys are here for, but,
Well, he called saying that there was some yelling going on.
oh, there was yelling. Well, good thing I have this all recorded.
Okay.
I have everything
That's fine.
live streamed. There
Yep,
was
you're
no
welcome.
yelling that ever occurred. I never talked to any of these people. I was talking to my audience, and I was posting material, public interest material on this publicly accessible bulletin board.
Okay.
So I don't know what the deal is, but I have it all recorded. So if you want to if you want to maliciously prosecute me,
I'm here to just talk to you to see what's going on.
I'm good. I'm all good. I didn't call for your help. I don't need your help.
Okay.
It's not needed. Everything's fine. Everything's cordial. I'm just waiting for the city hall to close up so I can get them on camera destroying my private property. Since you guys refuse to do anything about it, of course. You guys, you see there's multiple cameras here. There's multiple eyewitnesses.
Okay.
And you guys aren't interested in figuring out who keeps it. Well, we know who it was. It was the city clerk's office. I have that on video from a previous date. But I do find it weird, though, that you guys won't uphold my rights, but you guys will respond with backup. Whatever.
Sergeant Talmadge about this the other day.
What? So what? Today's a different
Yeah,
day.
I thought we already discussed it and everything was on.
You must have thought wrong.
Oh,
Because I went home and did my legal research, and I figured out how much you violated my rights that day. So then I went and drafted a lawsuit. Like Sergeant Tillman told me to do that.
No, you're fine with drafting as many lawsuits as you want. That has nothing to do with what I've asked. I'm just trying to figure out what the conversation was about. That's all.
Yeah, the conversation was you guys have this false perception that you guys can suppress my First Amendment speech, and you can't. Just like, you see that's a private bulletin board. That bulletin board is under lock and key, as is that one. This one, as you can see, is not, right? Which means that this is publicly accessible, which means that I can post on it just as a regular citizen, but I certainly can post on it as someone who's, I'm up for election for city council. So this is my way, because the city of Wayne, we have a current lawsuit over a sign. I'm not allowed to put a sign in my yard, even though you have signs over here all over the place. So this is the format I'm electing to use to get my messaging across to the people of Wayne, Michigan, is to put it on this publicly accessible bulletin board. So if you don't uphold my rights, which you guys
I'm
have,
not doing anything, right?
well, you are. You're here trying to intimidate me.
I'm not intimidated.
I didn't ask
I'm
for your
actually
help.
just chilling and relaxing and talking to you.
I don't want
Just
your
let me
help.
Okay.
I don't need you here.
That's fine.
Everything's fine.
know. Okay,
It's just a man with a camera phone, that's all.
okay.
A man with a camera phone. So. Tell them they are dismissed. Yes, they are dismissed. So. Remember, false reports of ordinance violations. So if you make false reports, I have the ordinance number. Because there was no yelling, as you guys saw, there was no yelling, there was no commotion. I'm allowed to make sure that my point gets across, so I'm allowed to make sure that you guys can hear what I'm saying, articulating in this video. The connection's not the best, so I can't talk like a mouse, Plus, I'm deaf in one ear, I have undulating hearing loss. So, that's just how I communicate. So I apologize if anyone thinks, whatever they think, right? That's their pejorative, but prerogative, right? But yeah, we're just here stress testing our rights as always, and we're going to continue to do that unapologetically, of course. So that's just what it boils down to. Richard Phillips, you're really good at this. I mean, I don't know if that's the case, but when your back's against the wall and it's a life or death situation, when your rights are on the line, I mean, the performance comes out, right? You're either going to rise to the challenge or you're going to falter. So the city of Wayne has given me every opportunity to quit, and I refuse to quit because I know in my heart of heart that what I'm doing is not only proper, but it's absolutely necessary, 100% necessary, right? Because there's bigger things at play than just my case here, right? This is public interest. This affects a lot of people in the city of Wayne. And simply can't let that precedent stand, right? So that's what we're here to do. What we're here to do. Don't need you. No probable cause. No reasonable articulable suspicion. No, absolutely not.
Well, if you do, we'll be around.
Okay. Well, I'll call you never. See you never. Well, until that lawsuit, I'll see you in court.
Okay.
Lawsuits, plural, excuse me. Oh, man is right. Look at that, guys. A one-man army. I'm a one-man army in this place. But we're just hanging out. We're just hanging out with our friend at the city clerk's office. These are nice ladies over here as far as I know. I don't know. I think you were the one that destroyed my sign, though. But I'm not sure. It might have been someone else. Might have looked like you, but somebody back there. But no, she's really nice. The Latina over here, I don't know what her nationality is, but they need to make her the city clerk. The girl in the pink right there, lovely woman, very polite, very professional. I have nothing but good things to say about you, ma'am. Nothing but good things to say. Absolutely nothing but good things. She's a good one right there. She's a good one. No.
Okay, then please, step away.
What do you mean?
Step away.
What do you mean?
In case other customers come up.
Oh, well, there's no other customer. I won't get in their way, though.
Lady, come on.
I won't get in their way, though. I'm not going to get in their way. I would never get in somebody's way. That's why we live stream all our interactions, guys, because people love to lie. People love to fabricate. They love to falsely report people. So that is why we live stream everything. So, takes a lot of nerve to do this, though. That cop needs to quit trying to instigate. Yeah, he tried. He failed. He tried. He failed. He tried. He failed. So, we're just, unfortunately, because our property keeps getting destroyed, by the city clerk's office. You know, we have to do these type of things in order to make sure that our information isn't destroyed, right? Unfortunately, that's what we have to do, right? That's not obviously what we want to do. We would rather be doing a lot of other things than being up here, hanging out here. But, you know, the First Amendment matters. The First Amendment matters greatly. It matters more than any city ordinance could ever matter. It matters more than anything that the city of Wayne could ever do, right? The First Amendment is critical to our country. It's critical to our freedoms. And, you know, the whole point of activism is to be active, right? The whole point of activism is to be active and, you know, try to push for transparency, try to push for accountability, right? People don't know nothing, well, then I have to, you know, like I said, I gotta document everything I see. You know, I wish I didn't. I wish people would have enough respect, right, for a disabled veteran and say, hey, that's the person who destroyed your property. The person, his name is this, and they work here. And that would be all we would need. But of course, you know, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to do the right thing. Everybody wants to get paid, but nobody wants to work. That's how it's always been. And that is obviously not changed ever. Right? That's always been the case, but yeah, that's what we got to do though, guys, unfortunately. Because if we don't, then our rights get trampled and violated. And oh yeah, they have it on video, but they're trying to cover up for the person. They don't want to, you know, they don't want to give me names and employee numbers, even though they're required to because they're a public employee. Right? So I have a right to know who I'm dealing with, but I guess in the city of Wayne, it's optional to identify yourself to a member of the public, right, after you destroyed their private property. It's optional that they have to identify. And then, of course, all of these lovely ladies up here, we got one, we got two cashiers, we got three desks up here, but nobody saw anything. Nobody knows nothing. Nobody knows nothing. Nobody saw nothing. And it's unfortunate. And that's the type of attitude that we're, you know, so sick and tired of in the city of Wayne collectively. People are sick and tired of the lack of transparency, the lack of accountability. And this is one of the ways that we can try to neutralize the tyranny, right? This is one way that we can try to bring, you know, shed light on different relevant issues that people care about. People actually care about, right? People actually care about how their money's being spent. They care about why their taxes are so high. They care about what is the government, what are the department heads doing with my money, right? My taxes go up every year, and I get fewer and fewer services, and we're $2 million in debt. And what's going on with the McFarland case? What's going on with this? What's going on with that? So, you know, of course, the city of Wayne's not going to tell you. The city of Wayne government's not going to tell you. To the left of the counter. Oh, are you talking about the black lady up there? I don't know. She's just some cashier. You know. Like I said, they get recorded all day long, all these cameras all day long. But the second you come up in here with a camera, all of a sudden, oh man, wait a minute, can't have that. Well, I've never understood that. Hey, look, it's me right there. It's me right there. Oh, look, oh, I got to tell the clerk that, right? Look, they put my number in inaccurately, and They got rid of my middle initial in my name. Isn't that something? Because I mean, when I got this sheet, right, on the website, it has my middle initial, but that's not my phone number. So I have to bring that to the city clerk's attention. Hey, city clerk, I have to bring something to your attention. There's some false records in here. My address or my name and my phone number are inaccurately. Well, my middle initial is not present. And then my phone number is inaccurate. So it's supposed to be 269, not 268. And it's supposed to say DeVincent A. McFarland, not DeVincent McFarland. So that is interesting, to say the least. Kind of weird. It's almost like they don't want people contacting me because they don't want people asking questions or something, maybe, I don't know. But we gotta wait until, I guess, Tina, she's the man, or the woman, I guess, that we have to talk to. She can remedy our situation. Oh, no, we have the dates of, when they previously destroyed our property. We could FOIA it, but it's just gonna slow the process down, guys. The biggest thing is just to file the complaint, make sure you get the dates, relatively accurate, the times, and then you can get all that during discovery process, right? You can get all that. So the more important thing is, getting the complaint accurate, promptly filed, correctly filed, and then you can always, of course, we can do a FOIA, but of course, as you guys have seen with the city of Wayne previously, they don't like to give out any sort of public information, public records, unless you have $500,000 or whatever obscene amount of money they try to charge you. So that's, I understand under normal circumstances, a FOIA would be all that you would need. But in this particular context, when you're dealing with these type of people, it really is just there to slow you down. Right, it really is, unfortunately. But yeah, I have to get that corrected though, because that's not my telephone number. And of course, they're going to say, "Oh, it's just a typo," and it's awfully weird. Only my name has the typos, right? Nobody else's. It's just strange, guys, isn't it? I think it is. I think it's strange. I think a lot of it's strange. Man, these are the longest those signs have been up, man. That's crazy. That's wild stuff. They ain't been up that long, but yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Would love to not block, their poster, but they place these so that way they see how they use all the empty space there. You see how they do that, so that way you can't post anything, right? Isn't that something? I think them cops will pull the pictures down. Yeah, they might. They might. I mean, like I said, it really doesn't matter. I hope they pull them down. I hope they pull them down. I don't. I hope they let me have my freedom of speech. But, realistically, based on, our recent last 6 weeks of history with this issue, they've already been taken down multiple times, sometimes within minutes of me putting them up. So we have one instance where a City of Wayne employee actually ripped them off in front of me on video, right? It wasn't live streamed because my account was restricted at that point, but I do have the video that I'm going to upload. And of course I have it for reference. So, we can say with reasonable certainty, approximate time and date and the build of the person, right? What they look like and all that. So, it's weird. It's middle of the day and we still got time before the office closes. But as you can see, they ran off into the back, but they're still getting paid on the clock. But they ran off into the back, which seems like it would be a breach of your duties because you're now getting paid to not work, which I'm pretty sure that's not proper. But oh well. But yeah, that's currently what it looks like. So get a screenshot of that, guys. Oh, I already caught him on video breaking the law. But the cameras are right there. So, I mean, it's all being recorded, right? But you can't trust them to give you your FOIAs, right? Because they could always say, "Oh, well, we're just not going to give it to you, or we're going to charge you $500,000 for it, or whatever." So, yeah, we're not putting any faith. We're not going to allow these people the opportunity to unnecessarily annoy and delay us, right? We're not going to allow that. We're going to just file the complaint and then get it into discovery phase, and then we'll get our discovery then. But we'll file the FOIA too, and then we'll, anticipate on that being denied.
No, if you lease a building.
Hey, could you fix that right there? That's wrong. That's not my phone number. 268, there's no Michigan area code. 268, it's 269.
Email me.
Okay, okay. Probably better, that way I have a record of it.
It's one particular,
So you heard it there first, guys. I gotta email her. I gotta email Tina the Llama.
thinking about,
Tina the Llama from Napoleon Dynamite. I have to email her and let me
East Michigan.
let me take one more picture of that. As you can see, the candidate list. That's not a Michigan area code 268. 269 is though. It looks like that's the only one that's in error.
Oh, so,
And of course, my middle name's missing too.
so there's no like,
Well, she told me to send her an email, right? I mean, I'll send her an email, of course, and then I'll come back tomorrow and see if it's been updated. If not, then I'll make sure to bring it up to the city council on this upcoming Tuesday. Absolutely. Right? Because the people have a right to be able to access me, right? To be able to get a hold of me. Right? And yeah, we'll come down here first thing in the morning when they open up and we'll see what's the status of this bulletin board here, this publicly accessible bulletin board, I might add. And we'll come check the status of this right here, right? Because obviously, as you guys know, obviously you guys know, you know,
Direct number to our ordinance officer, so if he doesn't answer, leave your name, number, and whatever your question is.
okay, thank you. Have a blessing. You too.
yeah, right there. Well, it looks like we got 2 more minutes, guys. 2 more minutes, and then they're gonna destroy my property again for the gazillionth time. At least for the 4th time, I believe this would be 3rd or 4th. Well, yeah, it's been an interesting day. It's been a very good day overall. Woke up early, spanked the city attorney Michael Bosnick at his own game. Isn't that great? You know, when a guy who doesn't know anything about the law, besides having a junior college paralegal degree from a military college at that, right? I'm a junior military college educated paralegal, and I have single-handedly annihilated both Carolyn Miller and Michael Bosnick in the courtroom multiple times, right? So, yeah, the glass is distorting the picture, right? Absolutely. Oh, it's distorting the picture. Should we call them up and complain? No, don't do that. Don't do that. You know, God forbid you did that. That would be just the worst thing ever. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. All right? Don't do that. We don't want you to do that. Man, I got something in my eye. Sorry. I'm not blinking for sarcasm reasons. I just got something in my eye. I don't know. But yeah, don't do that, guys. That would just be horrible. That'd be a horrible thing to do, right? So please don't do that, guys. I'm begging you. Man, I got something in my eye, man. I don't know what the fuck it is. But yeah, I'm begging you though. Don't do it. Don't do it. But of course, I can't control what other people do. But I'm gonna suggest that you definitely don't do that. Please, God, no. And they're closed. Look at that. All right. Well, I think that's our time to go. We don't want to be catching a loitering charge, right? We don't want to catch a loitering charge. But yeah, it is 7:31. It actually is 4:31. But yeah, I'll send you an email on that because that's not a proper Michigan zip code or area code. 269, not 268. I know you don't want people talking to me though. I know that. But yeah, we'll come back early tomorrow morning. We'll see about that. We'll see about that bulletin board. As soon as you guys open, we're gonna go see about that bulletin board. Go see about that bulletin board. Huh. Let's see here. Yeah. So that's about all we can do for today, guys, right? You know, definitely don't want to be caught loitering, right? So. Be a fun time. Be a fun time. But I hope you guys had double tap the screen. The law is watching, or the employees. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, guys. That is very much the case. Yeah, and there's no doubt. It's all good, though. Like I said. I hope Chad Caldwell and Ryan Strong are watching. I hope they're both watching. Right? I hope they both are. Finley Carter, too. I hope you're watching, too. Right? All of you. I hope you're all watching. Because just because I like Officer Tillmadge as a man, right, doesn't mean that I'm going to willy-nilly allow for my constitutional rights to be violated, right? So, banned from voting in the city of Wayne at the Hype Center, banned from having a sign in my yard, banned from having signage on a public bulletin board at City Hall, despite the fact that I'm on the ballot. So yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, it's all just a coincidence, of course, right? It's all just a coincidence, and there's nothing to see here, and you know, this order is just make believe, and it's all just, you know, it's all in my head, guys. I'm just crazy. You guys know that, right? It's all just in my head, right? That's why they have to keep removing information that I post, right? Because it's all in my head, right? Because it's a fake document, and it's a fake court order, and it's not real, and it's just a figment of my imagination, of course, right? Which, that's what they say, that's what they wish, that's what they hope, but that's not the case, guys. It's just simply not the case. The law is watching, or the employees. That's why we only. Oh yeah, well the city of Wayne, they have time on their hands like you wouldn't believe. The police department regularly watches all my videos, right? They'll watch a 2-hour video, and then they'll crop a 30-second clip of that video, and then try to use that out of context to get false mental health petitions. They'll use that for, you know, any nefarious, vindictive, malicious reason that they can. It's just the fact is, guys, is that I'm Teflon, and you know, every time you know, throw something at me, it just bounces off. It just bounces off, and thank God, you know, I'm chosen, right? I'm chosen by God, and not a Jew. I'm not a Jew, or I don't want you to think that. But you know, I genuinely believe that I'm one of God's chosen people, and that God chose me to annihilate the city of Wayne, to take on the city of Wayne, and to structurally annihilate it. Department head by department head by department head. Right? And I say that like in a legal sense, right? They lose their jobs, they lose their positions, they get defunded. God, man, maybe they might go to jail. Yeah, that'd be the day. But civil litigation, tort claims, 1983 Monells, all those sort of things. So, you know, we're very excited, we're very happy, and like I said again, this is me doing the right thing. This is my community service. This is how I give back to the people of Wayne who have been so generous to me throughout these couple of years. And it is an honor to even be in consideration as one of your next councilmen. So I take great pride in that, and I know it's tremendous responsibility. And it's just interesting. Yeah, look at this, right? Wayne Memorial High School, which is in the city of Wayne. And hi, quick question. What's the why is Westland patrol Wayne streets? Oh, you're doing traffic? Oh. It's just kind of weird, though. You guys are using Wayne property to do that. Oh, okay. Just curious. Thank you, sir. It's a common boundary, he says, right? I'm like, that's weird. Doing traffic. Traffic, the city of Westland is doing traffic parked in the city of Wayne. Parking lot. Isn't that kind of weird? I think it's kind of weird. But what do I know? What do I know? I don't know much, but I can feel it every time that we touch, right? It's what you do to me. It's the fire in her eyes, right? No, that's a song by Irration. It's called Irration. It's a reggae band. But yeah, I mean, the whole thing is just like I said. Everything about the city of Wayne is unusual. Rather unusual. It's rather unusual. But yeah, my case in point, right? Exhibit A. The city of Westland patrols Wayne streets anyways. They actually park on the Wayne side of the road. Well, why can't we just have Westland police take over jurisdiction, right? From a policing standpoint, right? I mean, I'm surely it would be a lot more cost effective, right, to contract the city of Westland out and to just bypass the city of Wayne Police Department entirely. Wouldn't that make more sense, guys? I think it would. I think and I believe it would, but that's for you guys to decide. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go. I do appreciate all the comments, all the likes, all the support. Please share this video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, like this video. We're trying to get to 900 subscribers, and then I want to get to 1,000, and then I would be satisfied with that. I think that's a good circle of people, right? Obviously, we're not going to turn down support, but my interest is to not so much to grow the channel as it is to continue to give you guys the best information, the best case updates, and to hopefully evolve this channel into something even more than this, right? Something beyond just the city of Wayne and their chicanery, right? So obviously that's going to be the main focus. Obviously that's going to be, that's going to take precedence. But, hopefully we can evolve this channel. And we're going to be doing some collabs with Josh Abrams over at Accountability for All. Accountability and Accountability are going to be teaming up. And I can't wait. Can't wait to go down to Massachusetts, or up to Massachusetts, rather, or over to Massachusetts. And go check out Josh Abrams' side of town and, go harass and intimidate and abuse and molest him, right? In our fight for truth and accountability and transparency. But yeah, I don't know, guys. It's like I said, it's all very strange, all strange things in the city of Wayne. But pretty good day today. Didn't go to jail, not yet, at least, right? Not yet. Didn't go to jail for exercising my rights, and didn't catch a false charge, right? Someone said I was yelling or something. Obviously that's why I live stream all my encounters. I don't even record them. I live stream them. That way they can't be later deleted or altered or, God, man, whatever bullshit, they try to pull. So it's, like I said, guys, this is stressful stuff. I know I make it look easy, like Josh Abrams. Yeah, right. I couldn't even hold Joshua Abrams' jock strap. You understand? I can't even hold his jock strap. But it is an honor if he'll let me hold it, or at least try to. That would be the greatest honor of my auditing career up to this point. So please relay this message to Josh Abrams. I do have his personal number. I can reach out to him. I probably should. Haven't spoken to the young chap in quite some time, it seems like. But I know he's a busy man, family. He's a family man. He's got kids, and he's got a million other things to do. So I try to be respectful, right? There's a lot of shit I need to update him on. Maybe we can do another video. We can finally release some videos, though. But yeah, he's somebody I need to reconnect with, and someone that someone that I love dearly as a friend and as a human being and as an auditor and just as a patriot. He's one America's finest. And, he's ultimately responsible for my subscriber base and the reason you guys even know who I am. So him and BP Cast were the only two people that covered my story. And BP Cast was actually the first one, and he was the one, he's covered every single one of my stories, every single one of my videos, and he was always first on the scene. So shout out to BP Cast. I love his work. Very simple, very effective, and one of the up-and-coming stars in the YouTube commentary, auditing commentary, I guess group or crowd. I don't know what the adjective would be, but I do appreciate BP Cast. Here's the deal. He did a video. There was another gentleman, I can't think of his name off the top of my head. He's, got around there 100 and some thousand subscribers. But the biggest channel, the most prominent channel that showed immediate interest in my case was Josh Abrams at Accountability for All. And I can't thank him and his family for all that they've sacrificed for me and my family so far. And I got to return the favor, so bend over, Josh. Bend over and spread them there somewhere. I think all over or something like that. He lives in bumfuck nowhere, I guess, and he likes it over there, and that's fine. But we got to go track his largely. Well, how do I say this? His largely sexy, rather scrumptious ass, right? We have to track him down, and which is, the business. So take that as you will, take that out of context. Call me a homosexual. I don't really care. I'll wear whatever label you give me with pride and with dignity. And it's all good. It's all good. It's nothing but love, straight love, that is. And as always, I'm your host. Well, missing his Ray-Bans, Vince, right? And formerly Versace Vince, Wayne County Audit. To Vince Alan Leland McFarland, Senior, right? Yeah, that's how we do things in Wayne, right? We do things a little bit differently here. We tackle corruption head on, and we go elbow deep in that ass, right? Because the boner of liberty is rarely lubed up, right? When the boner of liberty passes through and it severs your pretty little spine, right? And it makes you become speechless, and it takes your breath away, right? It's a swift action, right? The liberty of justice, the boner of justice, the boner of accountability is oftentimes served lubeless. And thank God for the boner of liberty and the boner of accountability. Because it's a dildo about yay big, right? About this big, right? And it's covered in the stars and stripes, old glory, and thank God for justice, right? Thank God for a reasonable judge like Judge Plakas, right? Who took enough time to uncover what was actually going on and made some decisions in the interest of justice at the 35th District Court. I mean, he was given this case as a transfer case, and he was blindsided just as much as I was, and I sympathize with him, although I again think that he didn't go far enough with many things. But I am reasonably satisfied, right? Obviously, things could have been better, and things should be better. But all things considered, in these last three hearings, rather, right? The probation termination hearing, the March 19th discovery preservation order hearing, and this most recent hearing today in regards to the iChat background check and the register of actions, the the transcript at public expense, and the discovery preservation order. So we appreciate all of you for tuning in, of course, as always. And man, it's just been a hell of a ride, guys. But please message me, and please send me emails with any suggestions that you guys might have, because I do want to get you guys more involved with some of the decision making on this channel, and what kind of motions and what types of things that we file, right? So we really want to get you guys more active. So if you guys have any suggestions, any comments, anything that I can do better, anything that would be more of satisfaction to you, then please, by all means, let me know. So 4:48 p.m. This is April 30th, Eastern Standard Time, Wayne, Michigan. We are on Wayne Road heading northbound into Westland, crossing Glenwood Road. Those are our cross streets. We're on Wayne Road, crossing Glenwood Road, heading northbound. And wherever life takes us, guys, that's where we're going. And I hope you guys have learned something from me. And I know I've certainly learned something from you guys. And this is definitely not a farewell, but I am going to probably take it easy tomorrow. Probably going to take it easy on Monday. Well, this weekend, right? I might post a video, open burn. Might have a little open burn-a-thon this weekend. Let's try to see if I can, I'm going to try to see if my constitutionally protected activity provoked the City of Wayne Fire and Police Department to break into my house, my backyard, my residential curtilage again, right? For the, I don't know, gazillionth time. Or wait, we got March 28, 2024, May 9th, 2025, May 19th, 2025, July 5th, 2025, and January 9th, 2026. So that's 5, right? That's 5 verified break-ins, 4 of them on video. But we're hoping that we can add another hand, right? We can get another hand going, right? Because 6 is more than 5, and the more the merrier at this point, as far as I see it. So we're gonna have an open burn-a-thon, and we'll maybe post a video of it, maybe not. I don't know. We have to look and see what we want to do, how we want to do it. But either way, guys, I do appreciate it very much. I know I've said that about 66 times, but I'm going to say it again until, until the boner of justice has been served balls deep, right? When the boner of justice is served balls deep, without lube, relentlessly, then maybe we'll call it quits, right? We'll go do something else. Maybe we'll turn this channel into a wildlife channel, right? Some conservational stuff, some nature stuff, right? But as of now, we have no intention of slowing down, and we're just getting more and more brazen. Here, City of Wayne Police Department. You guys want a statement that you guys can use? Here's one for you. I'm going to continue to get more and more brazen, and more creative, and more unapologetic about stress testing my constitutional rights, all of them. My 1st, my 4th, my 5th, my 6th, my 8th, my 14th, right? Any constitutional amendment that I can, especially my First Amendment. I'm going to stress test the ever-loving fuck out of that amendment, the First Amendment in particular, and there ain't a damn thing you guys are going to do about it. And if you do try to do something about it, well, I'll say it again. Enjoy those lawsuits, right? Because eventually those lawsuits are going to start adding up to real money, which they already have, but they're really about to. And I don't think the overstressed, overtaxed residents of Wayne appreciate you guys wasting their money and getting zero results besides a nice fat malicious prosecution case, 1983 Monell, and a whole plethora of other lawsuits, right? So I told you guys, I'm not the fucking one. Leave me alone. Let me do my thing. Stop molesting me and my rights, and I wouldn't have any reason to even acknowledge your existence, to be quite frank with you. I don't think any of you are worth really my time, but you guys, I tickle your fancy so much, and I'm talking to all the department heads in the city of Wayne. I'm talking to all the department heads. I'm talking to the police, the fire, of course, all the department heads, the city council, each and every one of you. On the current council, not those that are trying to get on the council, but those on the current council. We are very, very, very disappointed in your actions and your antics. And again, we cannot wait for the truth to come out and to continue to come out. And, I cannot wait to continue to exercise my rights and consequently watch the city of Wayne continue to violate those rights. Because, the reason the city of Wayne's doing this is because it's not their money. Not yet, right? But just because you have qualified immunity doesn't mean you're going to have it forever, and doesn't mean you can't lose it, and doesn't mean that you can't be personally held liable for your own individual actions outside of your official capacity. So just remember that, right? Nobody's truly untouchable, right? And God will touch us all when he's ready, and there ain't a damn thing you can do about it, and there ain't a damn thing the city of Wayne can do about me. Well, let me rephrase it another way. There's not a damn thing that the city of Wayne can legally do about me exercising my rights. So, quit giving me a reason to exercise them so much, guys. It's pretty simple. Let's come to the table like adults, and let's propose a real settlement, right? And you can draft a contract of some sorts or an agreement of some sorts, and I'll review it, of course, with my counsel and with my family and myself, and we'll decide if we want to move forward. But your antics now are clearly not working for you. So I'm playing with house money. I got nothing to lose, and besides my life, that is, right? Because I still firmly believe that the City of Wayne Police Department, based on all of their break-ins of my property, based on the emails that I read, I think it was March 14th and March 16th, I believe. Based off those emails, based off all of my previous interactions, based on the murder of John Zook Jr., based on their failure to comply with basic discovery demands. Sorry, I had to flip off a cop there, right? That's another exercisation of our rights. Right? You have a right to flip off a police officer any fucking time you want. You have a right to tell a police officer to their face that they're a punk bitch, and that you're going to go home to their... You're allowed to say that. You're allowed to say, actually, better yet, here's what you want to do. If you want to get easy lawsuit money, here's what you do, guys. You go up to a punk-ass, bitch-ass cop, and you tell him that you're going to cream in his wife's pussy and make him eat it out. That's what you tell him, right? Go tell a police officer while you're flipping him off that you're going to come in his wife's pussy and then make him eat it out. That's what you tell him. And then that should provoke him into attacking or falsely arresting you, and then you got your lawsuit. So that's my advice to you. Give these pigs fucking nothing and take from them everything. Just like the scene in 300, right? Leonidas famously said, give them nothing and take from them every fucking thing. And that's my message to you. So, I digress. This is, of course, video is for entertainment purposes only, right? And for informative entertainment purposes only. This is satire. This is hyperbolism and satirical, right? And first and foremost, it's protected speech. So, do with this video as you will, parasites, cocksuckers, and cucks, and good people of Wayne and good people of YouTube and those around the world. Do what you will with this video. You have my express written permission to use any part of this video for any purpose whatsoever. And I hope the City of Wayne continues to make false accusations, false petitions, malicious prosecution. I pray. that they continue to do it, because at this point, the more the merrier, right? The more the fucking merrier. So I'll never turn down a constitutional rights violation. I'll never interrupt my enemies when they're making mistakes. I'll never not hold the city up for a good time, right? If the city wants to threaten me with a good time, I'm going to take them up on their offer 11 times out of 10 without even hesitation. I'm going to take that offer as soon as you offer it to me. You want to violate my rights and threaten me with a good time and all that? Go right ahead, guys. But ask yourself, how's that working out for you?